Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? What is up? Happy Cinco de Mayo for all of you out there. We are now live. That's right. We are now live for another live edition of Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. We're also live over on Kick. So if you have a Kick streaming account, please do so and follow us there as well. It is appreciated as well. It is Monday, May the 5th. I hope you all having a wonderful day. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and everything that you did. As always, it is me, it is Steve, and I'm back live again. Feels good to get back into the swing of things. Again, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. It is Mother's Day week coming up soon. Mother's Day is coming up literally this coming Sunday. It's crazy things. It's crazy, right? It was like there's a UFC pay-per-view on Saturday as well as Backlash. And then after that is Mother's Day, which, by the way, speaking of Backlash, we will be doing a preview here on the channel real soon. Just for you guys, just to give you all the heads up on that one as well. All right. But for now, it's only me. I might be joined by a couple of the boys, but we'll see as we go through on this day, on the stream here, if you will. But a lot has gone down over the weekend involving releases. Yeah, so on Friday, WWE decided to release over a dozen members of the active WWE roster, not just main roster, but also NXT as well. And as you can imagine, this has caused a lot of people to react to a certain way. People were, how do I say this? Outraging. People were outraged over the releases. People were upset. People were mad. Some people were happy. I mean, again, I can't tell you how to feel. What's going on, C Money? I'm not worried for Braun after this release, but what will become of his championship tag team partner, Nicholas? That is a wonderful question. And quite frankly, to answer that question, I'm going to let Dave answer that one for you. Okay? I'm going to let Dave answer that one for you.
I don't know. It's like whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the answer, pretty much. We don't know. But as you can imagine, this got people upset. People were angry. People were outraged, what have you. Look, I can't tell you how to feel, like I just mentioned moments ago. But I will say this, and I said this on my Twitter. All right, I said this. I'm going to read you guys. I'm going to read you guys what I wrote on Twitter on Friday as the whole thing went down, right? I wrote this literally Friday night during SmackDown. This is what I wrote, in quote. WWE conducts releases every year. While it's unfortunate, this won't be the last time it happens. The talent will be fine after 30 to 90 days. They will go out and showcase their skills. It's surprising that people are shocked by this when it's a pattern that occurs annually. And I am not alone here. I'm joined now by the good brother, all the way from beautiful, sunny California, the one, the only Chase Oliver. Chase, what's going on, brother? How are you? How was your weekend, man?
Got sick over the weekend. I'm only here to really talk about the releases and stuff, and then I'm gonna head out.
For sure, brother. For sure, man. I know you were hit with one of the releases, man. Your boy Braun, bro, the big SOB, man.
Oh man, my one big SOB got released, man. Kind of a bummer, he was a star maker, bro. Like, did you like Bronson Reed? No one gave a fuck about Bronson Reed until he jumped on Braun Strowman on a car, and then Jacob Patu, man, dude, he made that guy to start. Like, Braun was a very surprising release to me, at least, because they always seem to use him on television, and he gets good reactions, and he kind of is used as, like, he's a kind of like Kane, where it's like, you know, he has some equity. He's a former world champ. Just beat Braun Strowman in a feud, and it boosts your level a little bit. You know, like
You're off to the
he has
races.
some
Yeah.
equity. So it was kind of weird that he got let go like that. Like, I could understand if it was money issues, because I feel like a lot of these cuts is, let's face it, it's TKO. It's the bottom line. It's all TKO cares about. They just want to make
Yes.
sure they look good for the books. Like, you know, WWE will brag about the record breaking and stuff, but people forget TKO is two companies, not just WWE. So people will blame mostly WWE, but we gotta be blaming UFC for this one. This is because of UFC's mess. Why they cut like a lot of people that were making heavy contracts, because the UFC, they had the settlement that they have to pay, and then there was something else that came up with them that put them in the negative. So we could, you know, we could be upset at WWE, but you also, wrestling fans, got to be upset with UFC, because UFC is one of the reasons why TKO is kind of in the strengths that it is in, because UFC just like hasn't really produced in terms of the revenue on that end. WWE is doing fine when it comes to revenue, but I feel like a lot of fans need to understand that this is a joint company now,
It
and
is.
both companies help each other out and hurt each other too. So the UFC really fucked over WWE here, because they really made sure, like, if WWE was going to do spring cleaning, but they cleaned out some big contracts, and obviously we know the reason why. It's to make the bottom line look good. But yeah, Braun Strowman, yeah, man. Kind of a bizarre release, in my opinion, you know.
It
But he
is
ain't gonna
like,
do
yeah.
any. He ain't gonna do anything. He's just gonna chill. He's made his money. He has a farm. I'm sure he has like. I'm sure he has ventures and
Businesses and stuff
investments
like that.
outside of
Yeah.
wrestling. Yeah,
Yeah.
he don't he don't need to wrestle. Like he don't need a job. Like he probably chilling. Like he probably gets paid to do local like appearances and shit. So yeah,
Of
man,
course.
he chilling, bro. Like he chilling.
Yeah. So so we just mentioned Braun Strowman. So what I'm gonna do here, there's 17 of them. Braun was one of them. So I'm gonna go down the list of the 16 that are remaining. We just go quick little thoughts, and then but for Braun Strowman, like, look, man, he's probably gonna do conventions. He'll make the bag on that one too as well. So there's that. Shayna Baszler was also let go. Shayna Baszler, former NXT Women's Champion, also former Women's Tag Team Champions with Ronda Rousey. It's one of those things where it's like, yo, with her, she was this amazing talent on NXT in the early days, and then she got brought up, and it's like she was just there for the most part. And also factor into it's the age factor, right? She's like what, in her 40s now. That was as good as it was gonna get for her. And you also factor in just women that are coming up right now, like you have Julia coming up, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez, and other women who are also at NXT. That at the same time is like, yo, that's all we could do for you. And for her, look, man, she could probably go out there, tear it up in Japan, probably tear it up on the independent scene. But at the end of the day, I am not shocked by her release. I'm not.
I'm mildly shocked because they just re-signed her last year, so they just gave her.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, because they just gave her a contract, and I always felt Triple H liked her, but there must have been some sort of falling out between the two for sure. From her getting benched, like after the Royal Rumble, we didn't see her whatsoever. Like she just kind of because after Rumble, Sonya Deville got released in February, so.
yeah.
And then Shayna and Zoe Starks, like Shayna may have appeared on TV once just to lose a match, but I maybe the IC title tournament or something. But other than that, I don't even know what Shayna Baszler was really doing on television. But I was just kind of shocked because they did just recently resign her. And yeah, NXT she was great. And then Paul Heyman tried to push her way too hard on the main roster, like way too
Chamber
hard.
match.
Huh?
That chamber match in 2020 where she just beat
Yeah,
everybody.
made her
Yeah.
like Goldberg, yeah. And it's just like, and then what happened was they didn't even follow up on it. They had her lose to Becky at WrestleMania, which was like, bro, what was the point of building her up? And then she just never really caught on. Like it was just like one of those scenes. Like she never caught on with like the main roster fan base or like the casual fan base. I don't think it's really her style. I just think like they just didn't give her the opportunities to do it. Like she was a good tag wrestler. Like she teamed up, like well, everyone she teamed up with, like they formed a pretty good tag team for the most part. So she was good in that role. But as a singles wrestler, yeah, she just never really clicked. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot of women talent down in NXT and just on the main roster in general. And it could have been, like, hey, Triple H was probably pitching her ideas, and she was like, I don't like any of these ideas. And it was just like both of them just couldn't get to agreement, like of what Triple H wanted her as a talent and what she views herself as a talent. So even though she got re-signed, it was like, hey, look, we're paying you a lot of money. And Shayna Baszler's another person where it's like, hey, she fine too, when it comes to financials and stuff. She did MMA for a bit, made some decent money there, but she's mostly been in WWE for like the last 9 years. So she made some good money in WWE. Friends with Ronda Rousey, Ronda and her team probably got her into some investments and everything. So money-wise, she fine. And work-wise, she'll find work like Bloodsport. I'm sure she'll be like a constant figure in Bloodsport. If Tony Khan wants, I think she'd be perfect in Ring of Honor just for like some of these women that just need it. But it also it's up to Shayna. Like, who knows what Shayna's mindset is of her as a talent right now, where she could be? Because all we know, Shayna Baszler could be like, nah, I should be one of the top women in the company. So yeah, but bummer for Shayna, but she'll be all right.
Brandon Brown writes here, wasn't she about to beat up Triple H's new toy Jade Cargill? You think that had something to do with it? We don't know. I mean,
it could play a factor,
but we don't know. In somehow, again, I don't want to jump the gun. Oh, that happened. I don't want to.
No, we can just assume that that's probably one of the setbacks that kind of happened was that Jade. Because here's the thing, it sucks for talent and individuals, but like the thing is, individuals like need to understand, like sometimes with wrestling, you got to learn your role, and wrestling is really a team sport, but there's just a bunch of egomaniacs and individuals in it. And if you want the product to be good, you got to have people that understand and know their role and stuff. And that's when wrestling's good. When you have people like Drew McIntyre understand, like Drew McIntyre, the person believes he should be the top guy, but he understands, hey, you know what? That's not what they need me for right now. I'm going to do this. And then he's doing it. And that's why, like, sometimes he's one of the best acts on television. Shayna Baszler sees this woman like Jade Cargill. Let's be real. If you're a woman on the roster and you see they giving all this time to Jade, and Jade really hasn't shown why she deserves this, like, because they're actually wrestling her. It's not like, us as fans, we can understand, we can be patient with Jade. But when you're a talent and you're working there, and it's like, wait, so this woman, she getting the rub, but she ain't even that good. Like, what? Like, huh? Why is she getting, just because she looks like an action figure? Like, that right there could have caused an issue. Like I said, I do feel like there was kind of a mini falling out between Triple H and Shayna Baszler in agreement of, hey, how do I view you? How are you viewed in this overall landscape of WWE and stuff? Because anyone that doesn't want to say Triple H isn't involved, like Triple H knows who he wants to keep and who he doesn't want to keep and stuff. So it's just one of those, like, he decided that Shayna Baszler was expendable. So
yeah, let's continue the list here. Following her, we also had Dakota Kai, who released once again. Now, with Dakota Kai, she was a finalist in the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. She lost she also lost in a rematch to Lara Valkyria. Some would say, hey, the writing was on the wall, when Io Sky won the title, and that was it for Damage Control. For me, honestly, again, talented person. No one's taking that away from her. But again, with this one, I'm really not shocked too, factoring in she does have a history of getting hurt. So that, I think, also had to play a factor. And I think someone like her, look, just like everyone on this list, she's gonna have no trouble finding work at the end of the day. I could see her showing up, at GCW. Honestly, at the same time, if you really want her to sign somewhere, TNA. Let her go to TNA. Let her go tear it up over there with the knockouts and stuff like that. but I'm not like shocked or anything like that.
Yeah,
Chase, what about
Dakota
you?
Kai. Yeah, Dakota Kai, like very good hand to have on the roster. Very talented individual. It just sucks because she was probably just making too much money, and it's like, hey, we have XYZ wrestlers coming up in NXT that fit the role, and that's like the bummer with some of these releases. It's just because they're making too much money, and it's just like like there has to be where you have to understand as a business you like, do you keep this person or not? Now, Dakota Kai was very reliable, and like if you needed a good women's match, she would give that to you. But it's just like
Absolutely.
when you have people coming up, like I'm just going to use Roxanne as an example. Roxanne's coming up onto the main roster. Roxanne's probably making 1/3 of what Dakota Kai is making, and it's like with Roxanne, there's a higher ceiling potential with her where you see a little bit more potential. Like, okay, like not only can we make this person a world champ down the line, but she can kind of fill the role that Dakota Kai was after like we push her and stuff where she's a great hand, will work with everyone, and will make that person look good. And she's right now at the fraction of the cost. And then even if we extend her, we do believe that she can reach more popularity than what Dakota Kai is. That's just pretty much what it is. It's just that they have people that can replace what Dakota Kai brings to the table. That does not mean Dakota Kai is not talented whatsoever. It just means that hey, sometimes like when you're in a business like this, it sucks because you got to this goes for real life too. I've seen it many times, bro. Like, hey, this time last year, when I was working at my old company before they stabbed me in the back and laid me off, I was laying off people and we were laying off the expensive people because of the fact that we had cheaper people that could do their job or did their job better. The only reason why I got laid off was because I was making too much money and I wasn't going to take a pay cut. Like, I'm never going to work for a company that cuts my pay. So they were like, well, we have to lay you off then. And I said, that's fine. I said, it's okay. Like, do what you guys got to do and stuff. It kind of fucked up that you made me fire people before you did that, but whatever. But you get what I'm saying? Is just that
Yeah.
Dakota Kai. I see her going to AEW, not really TNA. I think AEW could afford her. I think she would be good for whatever they want to do in the TBS title scene or whatever they want. If they need a filler challenger for the women's championship, she'll go to AEW. That kind of feels like a natural fit for her as a talent. But yeah, the injury history also I think plays into factor because of the fact that where it's like you could go and decide, hey, let's push Dakota Kai, and then all of a sudden she gets hurt again. And it's just like, dang, dude, like we literally put the eggs in the Dakota Kai basket, and now we're not going to see the payoff until she comes back from injury.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Following this, we do have the tag team duo of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, former NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions as well. Um, yeah, look, they haven't really been around television that often, probably on main event for the most part. And, again, factoring in, the women that are coming in, what do we have, and at the end of the day, I could see them continuing on as a tag team on the independents if they want to continue that. But I do think even them, they'll be okay. You maybe TNA, maybe Ring of Honor, but or if not, you know what? Just tear up the independent scene.
Yeah, this
What,
this was one of them that was head scratching to me, just because they were a good tag team for your tag team division. Like they were one of the few actual legit tag teams in the tag team division. So I this one was definitely head scratching for me. I think Kaden Carter is really talented. I just don't think she got a chance to show that talent because she was in a tag
yeah.
team. So I do hope that she does continue to do well, and whenever she does get a booking for like a singles match, I'm gonna be watching it because I want to see how good she is. Because she impressed me from what I've seen from the tag team. Katana Chance, like she's fine. Like she does her spots. She's very athletic, but yeah, this one was actually one of the few releases where I was just like, that made no sense to me. Like I
Yeah.
could not put like that for me at least. Like I understand some people are like, they were useless, but to me, they're one of the few actual tag teams that you had, and they worked well with each other, and they actually had good tag matches. Like, and that's what you kind of need, like in that division where it's just like they don't really have a solid tag team a lot of times. It's just two top single stars teaming with each other. I just felt that they were good for what their role was. And Yeah, just a missed opportunity with those two, to be honest.
That too. That too. I mean, again, now what do do you continue the women's tag team division at this point? I mean, that's the question also, Um also let's move on here. We have Gigi Dolan. Look, she was in that whole group of Toxic Attraction when it first started, and then the whole thing when Mandy happened, and it's like she just was lost in the shuffle. Let this sink in, Chase. Some of these women that were on this list, we saw their last match technically. Women that are
Yeah,
on this
live.
list,
Yeah.
live. So that's something to just say there. But for someone like Gigi Dolan, look, she was someone prior to signing the WWE. She did have a following. The now once again Priscilla Kelly, I can see her going back to GCW and tear it up on the independents. I don't see her going to AEW. Most likely TNA in the Knockouts
Yeah.
division.
Yeah, because she has history with Darby and GCW and AEW. Their relationship didn't end the prettiest
And I
from everything
think
that
there's
I've
also a
read and heard.
restraining order. There's like a
I,
restraining order too, something like that. I don't know. That's what I heard.
yeah, I don't know all that, but yeah, kind of weird because she was featured a lot on NXT. So this was also kind of a head scratching one for me. Like, and also I don't know these NXT contracts no more. Like, did she resign recently and she got like a bigger pay bump from there? Like, this was a head scratcher to me. Her and another NXT talent, I will say, are head scratchers. Still young, still has time to develop. But man,
Yeah.
how bad is this performance center? Like most of their names like are NXT talents, and it's just like you couldn't get these guys better or girls better. Like they're just still stuck in the same position. Like you couldn't find a way to improve these talents and stuff. Like very weird.
Yeah.
I mean, Gigi Dolan also she won the match to go face off against the women's tag team champions too, which is hilarious. So now she's gone. Like I'm not saying
Didn't that
Gigi
match?
Dolan's
I
like
think the
this
match happened
ground,
though.
huh?
I think the match happened on NXT like the following Tuesday. I
Yeah,
think it
no,
happened.
yeah, no, it happened Tuesday, which is weird. That's what I'm saying. Like that, it's
Yeah.
weird. Like they gave her this kind of push, and it's just like she's gone. Like, oh, okay, like she was featured well on NXT. And I'm like I said, I don't think that Gigi Dolan is like this groundbreaking talent, but like that's on you guys as promoters and bookers to try to make just exceptional talent better. You know what I'm saying? So it's just yeah,
Yeah.
this one was definitely a head scratcher to me, just because like in the ring she was fine. Like she was passable for what you wanted in the ring, but like how did you not keep her? Like she had a look, she had something to her. Like that's what I felt. Like she had something where I was like, she's not like terrible. So I don't know. That was a head scratcher to me.
It's amazing how JC Jane is the only one remaining from Toxic Attraction.
Yeah, dude, and Daisy
And
Jane, like, look, not to be disrespectful, but she really hasn't improved. Like, JC Jane has not improved that much in the ring. Like, she's fine, but she has not
yeah,
improved whatsoever. You know who surprisingly didn't get released? Kiana James. Like, I know she's dealing with the injury, but
well,
how the hell
she's
did
like,
Kiana James survive this? Like, they
that's a good
clearly don't have
question.
plans for that woman.
They don't. There's a lot of people on the roster right now that you look at it like, how did you survive?
Yeah,
You know?
Apollo Cruz is just chilling now too. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
They,
Apollo
they, they saw that
Cruz.
one segment with Roman Reigns, and Roman probably called and like, can't get rid of my guy, Apollo. Can't get rid of him.
We need him down the road, yeah, for sure. Some people were even saying how did Nikita Lyons survive? I mean, look, I don't know. It just happened like that.
She's probably making like the cheapest contract. That's why. Like she's probably signed on like those minimum wage. I call them the minimum wage NXT contracts, where it's just you make 70,000 a year, which is like kind of minimum wage. So
Yeah. So from there we have Eddie Thor. This is the next couple of names are mostly from NXT. Mostly the rest of these are NXT names. Eddie Thorpe. Recently he was feuding with Trick William. They had that strap match. I think it was at one of those
yeah,
like
during Black
special.
History
Like,
Month.
yeah, exactly. Yes. Um, look, he'll be fine at the end of the day. A good talent for the most part. I don't know how, he was there for a while. It seemed like a year and a half or two for the most part. And look, good talent at the end of the day. I know that one clip that gone viral where he talked something to like, what was it, Alexis King? And people are saying, oh, that's what did it. I don't think so. But for the most part, look, good talent. I'm sure he'll probably go back to Japan, but we'll see. I know he was part of New Japan at one point. So.
Yeah, he's a LA dojo graduate, Eddie Thorpe. So
Yeah.
very familiar with him. Yeah, they were pushing him. This is another one where I'm just scratching my head, not because of like it's Eddie Thorpe, but it's just because like you were like kind of pushing this dude heavy on television, heavy. So this one was just like, wait, so you push him and then you don't do shit with him? I'm confused. Like I'm absolutely confused. But yeah, I know. I think Eddie Thorpe. I think eventually he'll be back in WWE eventually because obviously I think he has people who really like him. I think HBK really likes this guy a lot. This could have been he was making too much money situation, but I think Eddie Thorpe, he could be like a Drew McIntyre where, just didn't live up to the potential the first time. But then the second time he comes back, it'll be like, oh shit, this is Eddie Thorpe? Like, what? How is this the same guy? It's like Drew. Remember, like, with Drew? Like, we were like, man, dude, this guy was supposed to be the chosen one, and now he's in 3MB.
Literally.
He came back, had a great NXT run, and then he was Diesel for Dolph Ziggler. And then he became the guy we see today on television, one of the top acts in the WWE. So I actually am high on Eddie Thorpe. I think Eddie Thorpe will actually turn it around, and I think eventually he'll be back. I'll be honest. Like, I know many people weren't high on him, but I think that this release will actually will inspire him, and he'll actually have a good indie run, and he'll be back. I feel good about this one.
For sure. Absolutely. I do hope he does. So again, a lot of these names, big probability they'll be brought back. Cora Jade was also let go here. Again, you would have thought she would have been there she would have, continued on. I think she's only, if I'm looking at it here, I just want to just
26.
check something here. She's 26 years old?
Yeah.
She's 24. She's actually 24 years old.
24.
Yeah, she ended up signing when she was only 20 years old. The one thing that hurt her was her injuries. It kept happening consistently. So maybe for them, it's like, you know what? We're not going to continue on this if you're going to keep on getting hurt. And to be fair, too, she's also, again, just like Eddie Thorpe, someone that can go out there, have this great indie run, and likely be brought back for the most part. So, again, what were you gonna say, John? I'm sorry, Chase. What
yeah, man, I don't know if she'll ever be back, like especially if she does do the OF route. She might like the money she's making there and say, screw this. I ain't doing it.
Could be true. I think it's also a case of everything happened so fast for her. Like, you signed that when you were 20. Maybe they wanted to go out there, get more experience, get more reps in. You know what I mean? And again, if she decides to pursue that, so be it.
No, but nothing against it. If she makes money doing it, do it.
Exactly. Nothing against it either. Do what you go get the bag at the end of the day. But yeah. I can see her again probably going out there on the independent, because you've seen on everyone's Twitter, the people got released. Oh, and so days, the world gotta be ready, stuff like that. So we'll see. Riley Osborne was also let go.
I wanted to comment on Cora Jade and stuff.
Go on. Sorry.
So Cora Jade, obviously the injuries kind of hurt her, because you can tell her in-ring work kind of went, she just didn't get enough consistent reps because she got hurt at the worst times possible. So you could see her in-ring work kind of went down a little bit. She wasn't as fluid as she once was. And I just felt that she was still trying to get back to that speed. And then also, she did get enhancements as well. So that also kind of hindered of what she did in the ring. She wasn't as fluid as when she came back from injury and after the enhancements. And I'm all cool if a woman wants to get enhancements. Do what you need to do what you want to make your body look great. I'm cool with it. It's fine. But you could tell the in-ring work, she did regress a little bit. And then once again, I'm going to blame the Performance Center. How the hell do you not know have a way to make sure that she's good in the ring? That's on you guys as trainers and stuff. You got to make sure that she's always improving and getting better. But yeah, the injuries didn't help, but also too, I felt like remember that Jordan Grace match? She just randomly stopped. Like she just stopped during the match and stuff.
Yeah.
In my
Randomly.
opinion, just in my opinion, I felt that put her in hot water. Like, and I'm not saying it did. I'm just like guessing if I was like a booker or something like that, I'd be pissed off that she just quit mid match and it wasn't even like a serious injury. It was just a weird thing that happened and stuff. So I felt,
Yeah.
in my opinion, that put her in some hot water because like after that, she just did her TNA thing and then she was off TV until Roxanne needed to find a partner just randomly to get onto this to the NXT match and stuff. But
The fatal
yeah,
four-way,
you know, she's young. She'll make a comeback. I think she'll be fine. And if she does go the OF route, the OnlyFans route, and she decides to post those spicy content pictures, she might make enough money where she just says, "Screw it, I ain't ever coming back." This is the movement right here. This is the what? Because look at Mandy. Mandy don't
Yeah.
have to like man. Mandy don't even wrestle. She just does her content page.
WrestleCon conventions. Yeah. It's just,
Yeah, she just goes to the conventions, makes a lot of money, take pictures with the fans, makes a lot of money posting these pictures. She has a loyal fan base and
imagine
stuff
that
like.
collaboration. Oh, it's gonna.
Oh, you
Woo.
and you know Mandy. Mandy when she was in NXT, she was like a mom to all these like these NXT girls. Man, she would invite them out to boat parties and stuff like that. Like she took care of them. Like she was a very she's like. Mandy is one of the more selfless people you'll meet in wrestling. Like she really wants everyone to eat and stuff. Like she has like she chose to go down to NXT. Like like because she felt that she could help the women there. Like that was her choice. It wasn't like like Mandy. Like no, they wanted her on the main roster. Are you kidding me? You look at Mandy Rose, one of the most attractive women you will ever see in real life. You want that off main roster TV? No, she decided to go down to NXT herself, and she said
She
this on
did.
her podcast, guys. So this is stuff I'm getting from her podcast. This is not like I'm making this up. Like you can watch the podcast with her husband if you want to watch. It's not a great watch, but she has it. Like she's done this, but like I've seen pictures of like the other NXT girls. Like remember when she got released? Almost all the NXT girls were saying, "We're gonna miss you, da da da. Thank you for everything
Yeah.
and stuff." Like
Absolutely. Yeah.
she's like a mom. So you know for a fact if Cora goes down that route, Mandy's hitting her up, giving her tips, and then not only that, she's going to plan a collab with her to make sure that she will get more followers. So yeah, no, Mandy, like yeah, like you said, that collab is happening.
Oh, for sure. Riley Osborne. He did win the NXT Breakout tournament. He was part of Chase U. There was a report, I think it was Alvarez who said this, that they were asking talent to go to Evolve and help out. And he said, I don't want to go to Evolve.
Oh,
And
he
some
pulled
people are,
who was that guy in TNA on Ink Ink? He said I ain't going to OVW.
good
Who was
question.
that?
Was it
Jimmy Ray? No, no. Who
Jimmy?
was it? There is some guy. See Peasy if he's still in the chat. He'll know what I'm talking about. Jesse Neal. It was Jesse
Jesse Neal.
Neal. Yeah. So TNA asked Jesse Neal to go to OVW, and he said, "I'm not going to do that."
I ain't
And then
doing
they
that.
released him, and then
Wasn't he
he went
working at
on
like
to be.
Walmart at the same time? Wasn't he working at
Yeah,
Walmart at the same time?
yeah, he was working at Walmart. He said, "I make more money as a door greeter at Walmart than at TNA." I was like, "Damn, dude, that's such bad optics right now." And then also Jimmy Wayne Yang came out like a week later, and he was all like, "Yeah, I still haven't got paid by TNA." It's like, what's going on over there?
Yeah. I mean, look, again, I think he's
I ain't
26.
working Evolve, brother. I'm already in
Yeah.
developmental. You want me to go to the developmental? Fuck that.
Yeah, he's
Hey, good on
27.
him. He knows
Yeah.
his worth. Good on him.
Yeah. He's 27. He is also the husband of B. Priestley, the former Blair Davenport. So who would just say, you know what, they go on the independence as a couple, right? And have some good, have some bangers, if you will. I can see him honestly go into like the local independent scene,
Yeah.
like a House of Glory, a DPW, or if not, hey, who the hell knows? Maybe a Ring of Honor. Who the hell knows? But I think someone like him, again, have this good indie run, make a comeback. It's possible. It is very, very possible.
Yeah, he just needs to. My tip to him is just bulk up. That's it. I feel like if he bulks up a little bit, he will see a lot more success. I think some of these wrestlers, like one of the things that you should look at is like, hey man, maybe I should hit the gym more. That's it. Like, and not in a mean way. It's just more of like doing so. You'll probably see more bookings and more success, and maybe people saying, "Wow, WWE let this guy go." Like,
yeah, absolutely.
like you know, like that's just to me. I always tell people, bulking up solves a lot of issues with wrestlers. Like, look at Kyle Fletcher. Everyone loves this fucker now. Like before, everyone's like, another twink for Tony Khan to like. And now Kyle Fletcher is like huge, and everyone's like, dude, Kyle Fletcher, future AEW champ. Like they're in on the flex.
Exactly. A while back, not so much, but now, okay, I see. I see the vision. I can see it.
I saw the vision after the Osprey match. I was before he took whatever enhancements he's taken. I was on that train. I said, hey man, that Osprey match showed me he could be a star.
Some said he should have won the Continental Classic, but you know, it is what it is.
He should have won a bunch of different things, Kyle Fletcher, man. But you know, he's young.
Sky's the limit for that guy. Two people here that were part of the metaphor: Jakara Jackson and Oro Mensah. And if you guys watched on NXT this past Tuesday, they did, you know, split up all four of them. That being also Noam Dar, Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson, and Oro Mensah. And they decided to, again, WWE decided to release Jakara Jackson and Oro Mensah for this. Jakara Jackson, I'll say this, like, as far as like the two women from Metaphor, they showed so much improvement from the last time, from the early days when they were starting to now. Like I think I said this to you in Chief at Stand and Deliver. Their improvement is amazing. I look forward to seeing what they're gonna do going forward. And for her, look, if she still wants to do this, because I know she said that whatever inspirations was like one of the moves from Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? So who's to say someone like her, independent run, maybe Japan, Stardom, Marigold, who knows, right? For Oro Mensah, again, just like Riley Osborne, go on the independent scene, you know, again, DPW, GCW, House of Glory, or maybe go over to Europe and tear it up as well. So sky's the limit for both of them at the end of the day.
Well, Oro Mensah's been at this for a long time, so I don't know. I think Oro Mensah, it's unfortunately, I hate to say this, I think it's just WrestleCon appearances, like, you know.
I gotta see this.
What? See what?
How old is this guy?
He's been wrestling for a while, Oro Mensah.
He's only 29 though. He's only 29.
Yeah, but he's been wrestling for a while. I'm just telling you, he's been wrestling for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
like,
yeah.
I don't know how much higher this guy can get, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Jakara Jackson, I see potential. I feel bad for Jakara Jackson because I literally think she only got released just so that way, that way Lash Legend can just stand out on her own. Like I just feel bad. Like Jakara Jackson, if she would have been on the roster still, I don't think Lash Legend. Like I'm just gonna say this. I think Jakara Jackson would have probably, as a singles athlete, would have outshined Lash Legend. While Lash Legend, as talented as she is a bigger woman. So the moveset's always going to be limited no matter what. And I really do feel like this release was more to make sure Lash stands out and Jakara Jackson doesn't outshine her. That's what I think. Because, hey, man, who cares what she's doing on the independents outshining her? Like, people are going to say it, but that's only, like, you know, a small minority of people. That's a small vocal size. If there's WWE fans that are like, damn, Jakara Jackson's better than Lash Legend, then it's like, oh, shit. The optics look bad there. So, honestly, I feel bad for her because I do feel like it's more, I think it's more to protect Lash. That's just my opinion.
Okay, for sure. From there, we got Javier Bernal, big body Javi,
I
the
don't know this guy.
husband
You
to
guys
Impact.
act like y'all know him. I don't know who the fuck this guy
Look,
is.
all I'm gonna say is showing up to your local independence event at the local high school soon. Big body Javi.
I do
At
not
the end
know
of the
this
day,
guy. Yeah,
yeah, he,
you guys are trying to act like in the chat, group chat that we're in, like, oh, dude, I can't believe they let go to Big Body Hobby, and I'm like, bro,
you know
who?
what? So this was back in the day when me and Big Mike were like doing recaps of Let's Talk NXT, and Big Mike once referred to him. I guess it was in the moment, right? He referred to him as Big Booty Javi. If
What,
you guys remember,
like, where's he from? Like, what? This is like when I forget that who's that one guy in LWO that's not Zima Ion.
Cruz del Toro.
Yeah, like Cruz del Toro. I'm like, this guy, does this guy even wrestle? Like, I don't know what has this guy done, Big Body Hobby, outside of WWE? Like, what was he?
Good question. He just wrestled
Yeah,
mostly on NXT. So, I mean, look, from what mostly he was on TV for a while, like here and there during the 2.0 days, like you mostly in segments and backstage stuff
yeah, but what was he?
as just a wrestler, just I guess just from the
Yeah,
PC.
you guys cannot tell me anything about this Big Body. I don't want to hear anyone, even y'all in the chat. Oh man, they fucked up with Big Body Hobby because y'all can't tell me anything about this guy. This guy is
So,
just exists.
so I'm on his profile. So I'm on his WWE because I'm sure now he's on the alumni section, right? This is what they have for him, right? The so
You don't even have a wiki. You can't even wiki and tell me, oh yeah, chicks, he actually wrestled in Ring of Honor and shit. Like,
So this is what they have. The so-called big body hobby was brash, arrogant, extremely talented. Javier Bernal made an impact when he first appeared on NXT Level Up. Mostly he wrestled on Level Up and transitioned into NXT, where he made even more waves. Sure, but this time with the NXT security, with the NXT security personnel. Bernal was a thorn in the side of everyone he encounters, and never endeared himself to his peers as they will all want a piece of big body Javi. His only someone would even say, "Oh, you know, he married Tatum Paxley." That's like his other claim, but I mean, outside of
yeah,
that, I mean,
that's all I know about him.
so yeah, like I said, coming to your local independent scene and like high school and stuff like that, big body Javi. There you go.
Yeah, Big Body
Um,
Hobby. I hope you can prove me wrong, but I'm sorry, man. I don't know who the fuck you are.
There you go. There you go. Also let go here were the Gallus boys of Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang, multi-time NXT, well, former NXT UK tag team champions, NXT tag team champions as well. Look, they've been there for so long. You would have thought, all right, main roster's coming up, right? You know, when Drew turned heel, right, and he wanted to feud with the Bloodline, people were suggesting, oh, you know, have them join Drew McIntyre, have the Scottish connection. It never came about. Recently, I think they were over on Evolve. But I mean, look, they're ceiling at this is NXT. You know what? Again, as a group, they can probably go on the independent scene. Good talent, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it just, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, this one was just like they weren't connecting with like the American fan base. Like that's just pretty much it. Like I like the potential in them. Like I like their looks. I think they're fine. But yeah, this was just like, yeah, like y'all ain't doing much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
No,
y'all ain't doing much outside of this. You know, it's just
yeah,
but it's one of those things where it's just like we said, like sometimes it's just talent don't connect. It is what it
yeah,
is.
absolutely.
Did Shotzi
Jordan,
also get released?
I was gonna get to her and then
Oh,
followed by
okay.
Danny Palmer, but Danny Palmer got let go. I mean, look, she's I think she's engaged to the Tank from Hank and Tank. So there's that. She did have a good frog splash from what I've seen, but there's that.
Yeah, dude.
But
I felt bad for her. She just said, like, yep, my athletic career is done. I'm like, damn, she's just done. Like,
bro,
you don't want to do it.
she did the frog splash drill with no knee pads, bro. No
Damn.
knee pad, frog splash, badass. But yeah, it sucks. But hopefully,
Yeah.
I hope she reconsiders. I hope she reconsiders. But who knows? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe
Well, because like
again.
some people, it's just like And I don't know what's her back. Steve, can you like figure out like is she an NIL person or was she a model they recruited? Like,
Let
are
me
you
check
able
it.
to try to find that out for me? Because sometimes it's like that. It be like that where it's just like, hey man, WWE was
It's crazy. She has a Wikipedia, but not Big Body Hobby.
big body hobby, yeah, big time star, but Danny Palmer does. Yeah, okay.
So she attended Baylor University and competed in acrobatics and tumbling, where she was a 3-time NCAA national champion and 2020 Female Scholar Athlete of the Year.
Oh yeah, she's an NIL person.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, okay. So this is the thing. She's an NIL talent. How do I say this? Her athletic career was coming to an end in college. She gave WWE a shot because, pretty much whatever she was doing athletically, she wasn't going to take that to the next level because she knew like her body couldn't handle it. So she went to WWE, made some money, found love, and then pretty much like she knows that wrestling's not her passion. Like she was just doing it for the money because let's be real. Like if you're a college athlete, you sign this NIL contract and you go to WWE, you expect to make WWE money. You ain't gonna make that on the independents. Plus, it's not like she was featured heavily on television like that. So yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And
So
rapping. Go on. I'm sorry.
No, yeah. So I understand. I get it. Like it's not her passion. No, nothing against her, but it's not her passion. I know some wrestling fans take that as like the worst thing ever. That someone that wrestles doesn't care for it. But hey, man, some people they either enter the business like that, like they don't care for it, and then they ultimately fall in love with it, and then they love the grind aspect of it. But for someone like her, who's been, from I'm guessing, if she went to like Baylor, which is a great athletics program, she's been doing athletics since she was freaking like a young kid. Her body's probably all beat up. She was making good money in WWE. She was okay with getting hurt in WWE because it was paying the bills. She ain't looking to do no independence like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I totally get it. Like I totally get it. Cause like most wrestlers, like surprisingly, like I know this will shock many people. Most pro wrestlers, they 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 don't do sports when they're younger. They've never done sports. They've only done pro wrestling. Like they'll say, "Oh, I tried out for the football team. I did this," but they never done like sports and stuff when they were younger. So a lot of people don't understand when you keep doing sports at a young age and stuff like that. Yeah, it does a toll on your body. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it does. And then wrapping up the list here with Shotzi. Shotzi, she's been there, I want to say, since like 2018, 2019. I think is when she signed with WWE.
Yeah, a long time.
A long time, yeah. So again, a lot of these talent, they've been there for a minute. They've made their money. Shotzi, if I remember, wasn't she part of that women's War Games match a while back? She wrestled in her wedding dress at a house show in Vegas, I think it was too. And the last time we saw, she was accompanying was it Tatum Paxley and who was it?
Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi Dolan, yeah. And they were called Chemical X. And I think she did get hurt. I think at one of the NXT matches a while back, she got hurt. And again, someone like her, she already said it on Twitter. She's ready to go out there and kill it on the independents. Likely she'll go back to GCW and stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe a TNA down the road for her.
Yeah, I think Shotzi will be fine. And honestly, I think I could see her coming back to WWE eventually. Like, in my opinion, like I don't think this is the end. I don't think this is the end for Shotzi in WWE. I just think this is a money issue. Like you have her mostly on NXT. Like she's not really wrestling on the main roster anymore, and she was probably making decent main roster money. But they liked her. Like I feel like she's someone perfect as like a how do I say this? She's perfect like as a host type person, or like if they want to do outside outside stuff for the WWE, I think Shotzi's perfect for that because of her look. Like if they, like an ambassador type role in a sense where, and I know people are gonna be like, dude, she has a brain. I'm talking about like if you want to do like a haunted mansion story during Halloween, a video series, like on the digital creative side, I feel like there's a lot you could do with Shotzi Blackheart because of her look and her appearance. I feel she could have killed it like as someone like that. But yeah, I do think like kind of like what Tyler Breeze is now, where he just kind of does the WWE 2K video game stuff. So yeah, kind of a bummer, but it is what it is.
Shotzi, Gigi, and Jakara should all go to AEW and form a faction of former WWE talent call themselves the Outcast.
Yeah, didn't they do that already?
I think they did, yeah. But at the end of the day, look,
Soho, Tony Storm, and Saraya.
yeah, I'll say this. Look, again, it's unfortunate what happened to all these talent, but it happens all the time. Now, you guys, again, who are complaining and outraging, support the talent. Support them. If they go to, if there's an independent show and they happen to be there, go. And whenever they drop their PWT website or Big Cartel, buy the shirt. If they happen to be at a WrestleCon or any wrestling convention in your area, go. At the end of the day, these talents will be fine. They will find work. It's not the end of the world, people. It is not. Anything you want to add to that, Chase?
Yeah, no, I think a lot of these wrestlers or human beings, they'll be fine at the end of the day. Like wrestlers, they're very adaptable. They got to understand, they understand that this business is one of those businesses. Like there's ebbs and flows. There's a lot of changes to it. So I think they all understand that. Hey, things may not go my way this time, but it might change down the line. So
yes, at the end of the day. So look, man, I look forward to seeing what's going to happen to a lot of these talents in the next 30 or 20 something days for some of them. For the other them, hey, it's a little longer. It is what it is, but I can't wait. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen with these talents for the most part. You say you're just going to stick around for the release topic, right? For the most part, all right, because I did want to mention the whole thing that happened early this morning regarding the AAA news. It looks like people were mad.
I can talk about that real quick. Yeah,
people were mad about, I guess, a certain someone being signed. So I woke up this morning to this tweet. I'm gonna share it here. I'm gonna share this tweet here. This was from Ernesto Ocampos. I think, yeah, this is from him basically. This is in Spanish. The luchador from AAA I'm gonna just translate the post. There you go. I'll just translate it. The fighters from AAA who already signed a contract with WWE.
You can speak Spanish. Why can't you read it?
I know, but for some people, like what? Just in case, fuck. I'll read in Spanish. I'll read in Spanish.
Yeah, because they probably don't even have it correctly in English. Okay, I don't trust people translate.
Okay, just making sure. But hey, just in case, there it is as well. Los luchadores de AAA. Hashtag AAA. I don't know why they do that, but whatever. Que ya firmaron contrato con WWE. Hashtag WWE son the following. Alberto Del Rio. I think he's the current AAA world champion.
Yeah. I think that's the only reason why he got the contract too. Because
yeah.
I don't know how many people notice, but Mexico has their own commission. Like they do their commission for wrestling, like it's boxing and stuff. So WWE couldn't just strip Alberto Del Rio. The commission had to strip Alberto Del Rio. So yeah, I honestly think he only got signed because he is champion and stuff. But I let wrestling Twitter have their fun. They can have their fun and be upset. It's okay.
Yeah, they can. El hijo de Dr. Wagner, hijo de Vikingo, who we saw, taking a picture with Triple H outside of
went into the WrestleMania ring, check on his buddy Ray.
Exactly, and which one was gonna he shoved? He got shoved by El Grande Americano. La Parca,
not the original guys.
Not
the original's dead.
Yeah, the original sadly. The new La Parca, yes. The people were like, "What?" People were wondering, "Wait a minute, what happened? I thought he passed away." No, but in Mexico, they pass on the mask to someone else, just like Tiger Mask in New Japan or in Japanese wrestling, stuff like that. La Herida. Some of these names I'm not familiar with. I'm gonna just be honest right now, okay? Lady Flamer, Lady Maravilla, and Nino Hamburguesa. These are the names that are signed to WWE. And people were, again, just because of the first name, I think also La Hidira, people were mad. People were outraged. Oh, how can they do this? What not? So then Lucha Blog had to chime in with some other insight as well. This is what Lucha Blog had to say. To my knowledge, WWE did not give Alberto a contract. AAA signed Alberto a contract when they decided to build a promotion around him for the last year. And WWE will assume that contract when they take over the company. I don't think decisions have been made past that. But as you can imagine, this got people very upset. It's got people outraged, what have you. I think people, again, are not reading the details of the situation where, again, they're just acquiring the AAA contracts and they're honoring those AAA contracts.
Yeah. No, because like I said, Mexico has a commission, so it's like they have to abide these laws of the commission that Mexico has and stuff.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, are we gonna see Alberto, on WWE TV? Who knows, right?
Probably.
Probably not.
Honestly, we probably won't see him on main roster television. Like,
no,
he just there. The minute his contract expires, he'll be gone. Like that's what I think. Like they don't have any time for this guy. Like they're just doing it because he's the champ. If he wasn't the champ, they would have just let him go. They would have just been like, yeah, no, let's count our losses on this guy.
Yeah, heard in a bunch of interviews. Alberto's a great dude. Man has a short fuse and still hasn't tamed. The perception is reality in the world we live in, for the most part, guys. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. His entrance back in the day used to slap. His entrance back in the day, coming out with the luxury cars. Hey, Mika, can we bring back Ricardo Rodriguez then, if that's the case? But no, that's not gonna happen. But
yeah, no. Again, Berto was a good star. I understand.
Yeah. Yes.
I get it. Like,
it is what it is. But also, let's wrap things up here. With one. So today, officially, Skype has shut down, bro. Skype has shut down officially today. Man, the memories, bro. The memories of the good old Skype days, huh? The Skype calls from back in the day.
Yep.
Legendary, bro. Legendary. So here's the thing too, like before there was a StreamYard, before there was, Google Hangouts, there was Skype. So a lot of the back in the day, a lot of the content creators, again, when they were doing like stuff like this, they relied a lot on Skype. And I can tell you now, back in the day, Skype, as fun as it was and all that stuff, at times it used to be also a pain in the ass to deal with. So for that, you know what, Skype, thank you for the memories, bro. Thank you. You will be missed. So anything you want to chime in on that, Chase?
Yeah, man. I met a lot of people through Skype, so kind of a bummer, but there's other ways to talk to your friends now, Discord, all that other stuff. So yeah.
Exactly. So that's gonna be it for us, man. That's basically gonna be it for us. Much love to all of you. You guys have been awesome. This week, again, tomorrow Raw Rundown, Wednesday Sad, and sometime in this week, Chase, preview for Backlash. Javier already jumped the gun with the graphics, so
I mean, not much of a card to preview, but yeah,
I know, but most likely I will hopefully today they announce a couple matches here and there, but we'll wait. We'll keep you posted when we're doing the preview. We'll keep you guys posted on that. But again, guys, much love to all of you. All right. Okay, there you go. Yeah, breaking news: the Righteous, Vincent and Dutch have been released their contracts were terminated. So there you go. It's J-Mac, Recipe Skype. I remember using it when I was younger. It's a fat Recipe Skype. But much love to all of you guys. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are awesome as always. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're over on Kick, please, by all accounts, follow us on Kick. Link is in the bio. If you're on YouTube as well, links in the bio. If you do have a Kick streaming account, follow us there too. All right. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Point Network. Follow me on X at Heel Steven Chase. Let them know where can they check you out.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on X at Chase Oliver 68.
There you go. There you guys. Much love to all of you guys. You guys are awesome as always. For myself, for Chase, this has been Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network. See you guys tomorrow for the Raw Rundown.
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.